Make sure to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this.
Tricky with Izzy as we're talking about the southern tier of the U.S. The storm's going to be moving in late Saturday, continuing through Sunday, and then exiting the region. We've had some changes just in the last hour with the winter weather alerts, and some of the watches have now been upgraded to either ice storm warnings or to winter storm warnings. Now, that said, I just want you to keep in mind is that a winter storm warning can also cover ice and sleet conditions, and we're going to see that in some of the cities, including you in Charlotte and Greenville. Columbia is still under the watch, but between Columbia and Greenville is where the ice storm warnings are in effect, where we have the greatest amount of confidence of a significant ice storm that's going to be bringing power outages and some damage and very treacherous travel. So our low is set to track across parts of the south. Our Arctic high and cold air is going to work its way down the Appalachians, and we'll have an overrunning event that will bring in that warm air on top of a layer of shallow, cold, dense air that's going to reach up towards the mountains. The mountains, confidence high that we're going to get nothing but snow there and some big numbers. In fact, a good foot of snow into the eastern slopes as the wind is going to be pushing that moisture up the east slope. So this is not what we often get the other way around when we get more of that westerly wind. This is going to be the eastern slopes getting it. A lot of moisture to work with. I might want to mention on the southern tier of this, including the Florida Panhandle, we're going to have a risk of flooding and severe weather, but the biggest concern at this time is going to be for travelers and for power outages because of the ice. Now, I do think we're going to see some snow in a wintry mix in the northern parts of Georgia, into parts of eastern Tennessee as well. Western Tennessee, this is going to be more of a rain to snow event for you. We will have gusty winds that are going to come in along with this, and unfortunately, that's going to add to the issues that we have in the icy areas, that maybe wouldn't struggle with damage or power outages will, because the winds are going to add to all of that. There you can see the snow coming down in Memphis on Sunday morning, as well as into Nashville. Atlanta, this comes into Sunday afternoon. Asheville, a good portion of the day on Sunday with all snow, and then Charlotte, likely going to see a little bit of everything with some accumulating snow, some sleet, and freezing rain, and it's that freezing rain that's the biggest concern. So let's go back to Mark. You've got more on Charlotte, which I might argue.
Then goes into the southeast, and boy, there's some big question marks still to come.
Yeah, still working out some of the precipitation type issues, which makes it difficult to get accumulations if you've got sleet or freezing rain that's going to be mixing in from time to time. Some areas all ice, some areas all rain, and some areas are going to be all snow. So this all gets started in the mid-south as we head into your Saturday, and a lot of locations are going to start out as rain, and then we'll see a transition over. That's going to be the case in a place like Memphis, as well as into Nashville. The Music City has already had plenty of snow this winter, and we're going to pick up maybe another 3 to 5 on top of what you've already had. There could be some icing issues in far northern parts of Alabama as well as into Georgia, but it's really the Carolinas that I'm watching for that risk. All snow into the higher elevations of the mountains and the western Carolinas, and then this all lifts up into the mid-Atlantic. So talking about ice concerns, we're most worried about that along the I-85 corridor here in areas off towards the east of there. That's where ice could accrete as much as 1/4 of an inch, perhaps even 1/2 of an inch in a couple of spots that could really be damaging to trees and bring down power lines. This shows you our confidence in our forecast for 1/10 of an inch of ice or more. 1/10 of an inch will glaze everything with ice and cause some major travel issues. 1/4 of an inch, that's where we start talking about power outages, and you see confidence is about medium on that.